Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How are you this morning? So good, I hope. Hey, Sue. Hey, Madeline. How are you? How are you? So happy to see everybody here and to get artsy. So, today, if you didn't read my Instagram post, today is National Pink Day, which I thought was quite fabulous because I really like the color pink. And I just thought it gave us a perfect prompt for today's art journaling entry. So, I'm going to get started. So get your art journals out. Good morning, Rebecca. How are you? Hey, Vicky. So if you are brand new here, if you would follow, like, and subscribe to Corbiere-Scott Designs, I would greatly appreciate that on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And before we get started, if everybody could just give this video a like, that would help me tremendously. And, you know, then, ask to join our private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Anne Corbiere-Scott. That is where all the cool kids hang, and it is the kindest, loveliest community. That is for sure. So, let's get our art journals out. And good morning, Tam. Oh my gosh, are you just having the best time? Oh my golly. So, I found a clean page in my art journal. And I glued two pieces together. Remember how we talked about with the glue stick, just glue two pieces together, then your substrate is just that little bit stronger. So I had a couple of ideas, since this is Pink Day. I have a couple of background ideas. So whatever we don't do today, we'll do in the future. So I'm thinking I want to just paint solid pink, but somehow I want to have shades of pink. Do you know what I'm saying? And so I'm feeling like I want to do like a wash of pink. Hi, Kina. I will get to your message, I promise, as soon as class is done. So everybody who's here, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Tina is going to be guest designing for us during the month of July. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about was I think I started to tell you about this in the other class. I did the same process where I just used my glue stick and I glued down some of my jelly prints on the back side of some pages. Just because, you know what? Why wouldn't I? Look at this one. So pretty. And then I can grow on top of that, right? I think I have a few more. Anyway, you get the idea, right? We're just going to keep, yeah. We're just going to, you make art with your art, right? So that gives you that gives you a start, and then you're going to create on top of that. So today, I'm going to paint pink. I'm going to do a wash of pink. I have a piece of deli paper behind my page, just in case I get, slippity sloppity. And today I'm using, deli printing is so cool, right? I'm telling you, like, and why wouldn't you want it in your art journal? Because then you can look at it, right? So I'll be showing you other fun things that you can do with your jelly prints, but, oh, Vicky, I'm so sorry. Well, I'm so happy that you felt comfortable enough to come here. That's for sure. Okay, so I am using Daniel Smith Opera Pink watercolor. I'm going to add some water. You can get these, I don't know, any old place, these pipettes, and they're really good for adding water. Just going to stick it in my water jar, and I'm going to pull up some water and add some in there. It's good for, like, you can, like, paint with it. That's kind of fun. You can do all kinds of things with it. Maybe we'll play with that today, too. Okay, so now I'm going to, remember, we want to incorporate that water into our paint. That's super important. Look at that beautiful color. I do love pink. And I love that I'm getting a little bit of texture from the glue stick lines. That's kind of giving me all the vibes, because you know we're all about texture and dimension in our art journaling. I didn't add quite enough water, it looks like. So let's make some more. A little bit more in there this time. That up. A little bit more water. This is feeling way brighter, but that might be kind of cool, right? So let's get a wet brush, and I'm just going to move that color around a little bit. Kind of digging that. Yes, so art journaling, Rebecca, is all about figuring things out, playing with techniques, learning those techniques. It is not for masterpieces, right? It's to encourage you and to be kind to yourself and to play with new ideas and new, you know what I mean? I like to include encouraging messages and sentiments in my art journal, but I also like to play with different techniques. So my idea today is I printed off the Anne-Marie art printable twice, because my idea is I want to do paintbrushes all along the bottom. So I'm going to, while this is drying, I'm going to cut these out. And I know I'm going to need to trim them. And these were printed just on copy paper, because you know I like copy paper in my on my art journaling pages. In this art journal, I know pink is my favorite. I think, you know what? I really like pink and red. Those are kind of my jam. And this opera pink is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. All of Daniel Smith's extra fine watercolors are just, the colors are so vibrant. And you know, you don't need to buy a whole set. You can just buy a couple colors, and it will make all the difference. It will make all the difference. Everybody take a drink. Okay, so I'm going to slide this over to dry. And while I'm doing that, while that's drying, I'm going to bring these two over. And I've been thinking about how I know I want to fussy cut them, but I won't fussy cut them until after I paint, because they'll get all curly and stuff, you know. So let's, but I know I want them to be, pinks, but I don't know if I want to do, like shades of pink or I just don't know. So I'm gonna hem and haul about that in a little minute. But I will tell you that hey Jamie, how are you? Oh my golly, I haven't seen you in forever. I'm so happy to see you. So our sentiment for today is let art get you through. And I will just tell you from my own life, art has seen me through all kinds of things. I feel like I can work out my feelings and my all of my emotions I can work them out. Much like going for a walk helps you work out your feelings. Art is that for me too, and I'm pretty sure it's that for all of you too. Okay, so so this is going to appear just a little bit different because this is on copy paper. So let's see. I just want to do them all pink. And then I'll just cut like a white kind of border around everything. And that'll give me my contrast, you know. So I'm just kind of coming in with a watery wash of pink. So I'm not going to do the ferrule, I'm just going to do the bristles and the handle. See what happens with that. So I'm anxious to see what you do in pink, what you know, how you create with pink. And so once you create, be sure to post your samples right here in the comment section of this video. Even if it's after the video, that's where to put your pictures, because then we'll know, then it'll be in the place where it belongs. Do you know what I mean? It'll be easy for everyone to see and learn from each other. I love that part. I was going to watch CBS Sunday Morning because there was a cool Steve Hartman story. You know I love me a Steve Hartman story. There was a cool story on there that he did on Father's Day, and I haven't watched it yet. Has anyone else watched it? I bet it was good. It's always good when he does them, right? Now let's do the other one. Jamie, how are your flowers this year? Mine are kind of going through a little rough patch because it's so hot here. So I'm having to really pay attention to them. I did get one zinnia yesterday when I was out playing in my flowers, but that's about it. I'm so jelly because there's this girl that I follow on Instagram, and she has the most beautiful zinnias, like in every color. Oh, they make me so happy. They make me so happy. Here we go. There we go. Almost there. I mean, and you could, you know, you could do your paintbrushes however you could do them in markers or colored pencils or whatever. I love when we all use a different, you know, I mean, even if you're using watercolors, maybe your watercolors aren't the same as mine. Maybe you know, I just love that we can all create with the same basic supplies, and everyone's looks different. Everyone's is just slightly different. Okay. Clean the brush. Okay, so let's see. This isn't quite dry, my substrate, but let's move these aside to dry. And then let's bring our art journal back. Yeah, I know, it's kind of been a funny year, hasn't it? Yeah. This spring I had beautiful, oh my gosh, my yard, my front yard and my backyard were just busting out in flowers. There's so much color, and now not so much. So now I want this to be, I want to get a little bit of texture on here. So what I'm thinking, I'm going to come back, I'm going to use my glass pen again, and I want to draw stripes in between these lines. I don't know, it just felt kind of cool to me. I'm going to do every other line, see how that looks, and you know, I can change my mind. I can come back and do every stripe if I want, right? And I don't care if they're jiggy-jaggy and wiggly and all of that jazz. It's just making a really subtle background. I'm kind of digging that. I will say, oh, Nancy, so my zinnias, I will say that it does, I do find that it takes a while, like it takes a while for them to grow tall and bloom, but when they do, oh my gosh, it's just the most glorious thing. I just love zinnias. They're just this beautiful pop of color, aren't they? So the interesting thing about a glass dip pen is lots of people use them for lettering. And I will say you do have to re-dip as you go along, but twirling your pen, twirling your glass pen in your hand as you go along does you do get more and more, oops, that's a little wet spot there. You do get more paint on the page by doing it that way. Turning, turning, turning. And like I said, I'm not trying to be exact or anything. I just want the idea of these vertical stripes. Oh my gosh, yesterday well, I think I told you guys, you know, when you make an appointment, like, you know, when you're at the doctor and they give you an appointment like 7 months out, like, who's going to remember that date? Did I write it down? Of course I did not. Anyway, but like a couple days ago, I got the notification that yesterday was that appointment. Let me take a drink. And I kind of forgot again. So I had to scramble the night before and write a note on for my stitch along. Like, I'm so sorry, we're gonna have to go at 10 instead of 9 because I just totally forgot. Totally forgot. Anyway, and it was at the dermatologist, which is so weird. It's just a weird appointment, isn't it? And my dermatologist looks like Doogie Howser. Anyone here young, old enough to remember who Doogie Howser was? Seriously, he just looks way too young. But he's really good. Anyway, then after that, I came home and I was all about taking care of business for my body yesterday. So I came home and I needed a refill on a medication, and so I called the doctor to get a refill, and she was like, well, it's time for you to have a physical, and I said, okay, but I'm going to be out of town, like a big chunk of July. Can we do it after that? I said, yeah. So she's like, I'm going to call in your prescription, and then we'll make your appointment after that. I said, okay. And she said, and just so you know, I'm retiring in 6 days. Oh, don't you hate it when a doctor you love retires? Oh my gosh, I loved her. I loved her, and I still love her. I said, well, I'm happy for you, but sad for me. And so she gave me the name of a new doctor. Boo-hoo. Anyway. Then I made my dentist appointment. Oh my golly. So this summer is all about catching up with all of my stuff that takes care of my body, you know? It's gonna be so pretty. Me too, Nancy. Nurse Nancy. Okay. Stop. Look at how pretty that's going to be. So both of them down here. I was going to cut them off, but you know what? I'm kind of liking them just coming right out of the bottom of the page. Or they could come down from the top. That might be kind of cool, and the sentiment goes down here. On the side, and the sentiment could be long and skinny. But then I would need more paintbrushes. That would be kind of interesting. What do you guys think? Yeah, so these brushes are in the Anne Marie, named after me, Art Printable. And the link is right in the the opening message of this video. There's a paint palette and some artsy sentiments and then some paintbrushes. You are a work of art. You gotta have art and peace, love, and art. I love all of those. I love art. I don't know if any of you picked up on that or not. And like I said, I'm not doing the world's most fabulous outline job. I just want to, this idea in my head, and I thought, artsy friends will probably like to do this too. Mm-hmm. Loving that. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. You know what? I'm kind of wondering if I should trim up. Look at this one. It could be by itself, and then it could kind of move things around a little bit. I'm kind of digging that idea. Let's cut this one as an individual brush. And then just trim this. I think I want to trim up in here too. Just have even more cool visual interest, Yep, I'm loving that. I'm loving that. There. I think we're going to do the same thing with this set. Let's go down this time. What happens? There we go. Also thinking about how I want to do my sentiment. So I've had a couple of ideas. And you can go with my idea, you can do your own thing. Because my pink is so saturated, I'm feeling like I want to do I love it so much. I'm thinking I want to do some, and it's not very many, I think I want to do something contrasting. So I think I want to do, like I want to cut them out. of like white paper. But what I want to do is I'm going to draw them on this and then cut them out individually. Let's see. With my pencil. That's a pen. I need a pencil. I'll just sharpen this one. So remember our sentiment is let art get you through. So let's think about, we're going to have a little lettering session here. So think about, when I teach lettering, I say, think about what the star of the show is, right? In that sentiment. So I'm going to write it here. Let art get you through. Another good idea for writing it like this is that so that you can spell correctly, so that you can there's something about visually seeing your words. Okay, so when I look at this, the star of the show is the word art, right? Everything else is a supporting actor. So let's do art. Let's do art. I'm going to do those blocky bubble letters, right? Remember, this doesn't need to be perfect. It shouldn't be perfect because your hand is drawing it. Remember, always have a white eraser on the end of your pencil. You'll never get those gray smudges. Those are so frustrating. Okay, so now we have let art get you through. So we can do a couple things. We can do lettering blocks, right? So we can write the word let, and it can be a block by itself, right? So, and look, there's a perfect little nest right there in that L for this E to go in. So when I'm teaching lettering, I talk about that. Like, look for the nests. Look for the places where you can let. Let's make that a big, exaggerated E, right? E. Let art get you through. Okay, so let's do get. Let's do a funky G. So let's do this, and then this, and then this, and then that little hook right there. Come on, how cute is that, right? And then let's do E, big and exaggerated, and then T, U, let's see, maybe we do those blocky letters, but not as big this time, for the word U. There we go. Through. H. I like to mix uppercase and lowercase. R. Look at there. Perfect little nest right here. O. U. G. Let's do that funky G again. A circle. And then a hook. And then another circle. And then a hook up here. H. Right? So now let's go over it with a pen. So I'm going to use my microns. I want something pretty bold. I have an 8 and a plastic nib. There's a 10. That might be good. So remember that your pencil is just a guide, right? So you don't have to draw exactly on the line, because that's why we did it in pencil, so we can erase if we want to. So now, because now I'm thinking I want the T to go there and just over the top. Look how cute that is. Just a little funkiness. Let's do this outline. Perfect. R. Bring that out a little bit more. I saw that it just didn't feel quite right. So let's get this. I think I want this T to be a little bit closer to the R. All of those little details, like the space between your letters, it's called kerning. The space between your letters makes a big difference when you're creating a bit of lettered art. You know what I'm saying? G. That to have like a little E. And then I want that T to go over that E just a little bit, just like in the L, E, T. Do the same thing here. There we go. And I'm not going to cut this out as one big piece. It's going to be individual pieces, so it doesn't have to be like centered or anything like that, right? So let's do this T, and let's do it a lowercase because this is an uppercase. Kind of just feeling that. Okay, and remember we talked about, so look at, there's the hook of the R, and we're going to nest the O right in there. As you're lettering, you're going to start to see these natural openings that just kind of happen when you're lettering. It gives me such delight. It makes me so happy. Okay, there we go. So now, let's erase pencil lines. And I'm going to arrange them on my page, see what kind of works, what feels good, you know. Hey, Denise, or hey, Jennifer, how are you? So now let's start snipping away. I'm going to take my long scissors. So I'm going to do each word itself. This one I'm going to need to be a little bit careful because we are a little snug right there. Hey Christine, how are you? Let's snip there. Snip there. And you know I can trim up as we get closer to adhering them to the background. But for right now, let's just make these a little bit more manageable. I am so glad, Christine. So let's start arranging them, and then we can, well, let's throw all of this away first. And let's bring our page back. We can fiddle around with before we adhere anything. So we're going to be trimming these brushes, right? We know that. So look at, we could do let this way. Let art get you through. Other than that, I mean, I still feel like I need to trim everything up a little bit. How is everybody else doing? Everybody take a drink. Hey Lynn, how are you? So good to see you. So I know that down here at the bottom of the page, I want to make sure. So these brushes are in the Anne Marie Art Printable on my website. There's a link right in the description of this video, right to the Anne Marie Art Printable. It has the brushes, a paint palette, and then 3 artsy sentiments. You are a work of art. You gotta have art, and peace, love, and art. So down here, I want to put today's date, which is, tell me today's date, please. 6. 6, is it 23? 2022. I think it's 23. Anyway, but I also want to say National Pink Day. It is the 23rd. Yay, thank you. National Pink Day. I just want to remember, you know. So now let's fiddle around with trimming these up a little bit. And I see some pencil I still need to erase. It really is National Paint Day. Isn't that crazy? You know, there's a national day for pretty much everything. And I kind of love that. Why wouldn't I celebrate that in some kind of artsy way, you know? It's a fun way to document it in our art journals. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Exactly what I was thinking, Tina. Is that I knew exactly what color I was going to paint today. Alright. Now these little bits need to go in the trash. They kind of drive me a little batty. I'm using this Ranger mat that's silicone. I really prefer a craft mat, but my craft mats are dying. Dying. Everybody take a drink. And so I'm using this. I don't hate it. It's just I like the slipperiness of the craft mat. I don't know, there's just something about that to me. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out my, I have a piece of I could use this one too. Okay, so I have this piece of delicate, remember, behind. That's what I like to glue, apply glue to little funky pieces like this with. Because I can just, like this. Do you know what I mean? And I know I want to trim these off, and so move that out of the way. Pull this over. Oops. I know I want to. Goes down. Okay, you can do the same with this one. And I'm okay if they hang off the edge like that, because then I'll just come in with my scissor in a little bit. And it's okay if some are high and some are low, and I dig that. Alright, let's do this one. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hi, Mel. How are you? Welcome. This one I think I want to hang very low. Stop it. Look how cute that is. Look at I can kind of nest it. Right there. Stop it. I'm loving that. Okay, I have one more brush. Oh. So if it could go here, that might be kind of fun. Right? Now we can do all of our verbiage, right? All of our sentiment. So remember, art is the star of the show. So let's hear that first. Right. And I want to try and center it. So this one is kind of pointing at it. Kind of digging that. And let. Oh, and I'm completely sticky with glue, believe me. But luckily, I always have some kind of little baby wipes. I'm gonna nest that right there. Let art get you through. So let's do it this way. Why not? I want this to, I want these to all kind of nest around each other. Oh, I'm loving it. Do you see how by just kind of in my placement, I've created this frame, like it's a piece of art by itself, the words, right? Because by lining this one up, let's see, this one and this one, I mean, it's not perfect and it's not exact and I don't want it to be, but you see by, that pink kind of frames everything, and I am totally here for all of it. And then the brushes are pointing down. So let's trim off. Looks like we need to go this way. Trim off all the extra handle bits of the paint brushes. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm loving it. I'm going to take a baby wipe and try and wash the glue off my fingers so that anything else I do now isn't, you know, sticking to me. I hope everybody had so much fun. I don't know what else I want to do to this, but I will be doing something. That's for dang sure. I don't know. I was kind of feeling like maybe I want to, I don't know. Look, maybe, I don't know. I just feel like there's more I want to do, but remember we've talked before about, like, don't rush it. Take some time and ponder it. Art journaling can be a work in progress forever and ever, right? I will tell you, like, every now and again, I remember I did these hole reinforcers the other day when we were creating a card. Well, I just added some to this page because I thought it was kind of some cool visual interest. Oh, Tam, I love that. Please be sure to post a picture. And then after I did that page, I was like, wait, I have some pink ones. So I added some to this, and maybe I'll add some more. So just know that your page, an art journal entry, right? It's all about learning and playing and growing artistically, right? So just know that we can just keep building and building and building, right? So if this is all I do today, I'm good. But I'm going to take this on the plane with me. And you know what? Then who knows what I'll do with a pen. Do you know what I mean? You just never know. I hope everybody had a great time. I'm so grateful. Oh, I need a drink, sorry. I'm so grateful that you all came and hung with me today and that we could create together. I'm anxious to see what you create. I'll take a picture of this and start off the sharing in the comment section of this video post. if you have not, if you would please, please, please like this video and comment a whole bunch of times. That makes all the difference. And it keeps us engaged with each other. So I will remember that next week there will be no pop and paint parties. I will be on a trip with 2 small children, and so I will be busy, I am sure. But I will still post on social media, and all 3 of us are bringing our art journals, and so, you know, there might be some art journaling popping in every now and again. And look for something special on Friday, July 1st. Have yourself an amazing week and keep creating, please. I want everybody to, you know, keep creating and posting. Because I want to see what you're doing, like you want to see what I'm doing. That's the way artsy communities work, right? I adore you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And I will see you back here on July 6th. We will be doing so look in the newsletter, but we are going to be doing a pop and paint party at 9 and then a stitch along at 10. So, I think that's, yeah. There'll be, so my pop and paint parties will be on different days during that week, so we can, you know, get as many in as possible, because then I leave again on the 12th. I know, just look at the calendar. I'll put little dots on the days I'll be gone, so you'll know, but, I know, it's a crazy July, but I'll still be making art every day. There's no doubt about that. Thank you, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.